Can we talk about New Zealand for a second? The attack in New Zealand?
The Christchurch shooting a long
No,
time
no, no,
ago,
no. The
something
more recent one, the other day.
Oh, fuck. What is the other day?
Coming out of New Zealand, where police have shot dead a man after he stabbed 6 people at a supermarket. The government's calling it an ISIL-inspired attack. Authorities say the attacker was a Sri Lankan national who'd been in the country since 2011 and was on a security watch list. Video posted online showed panicked shoppers fleeing the scene at a shopping mall in the city of Auckland. 3 of the injured are in a critical condition.
Okay, so 2 days ago, a guy went into a shopping mall in Auckland, which is the biggest city in New Zealand, in the North Island. I've been to New Zealand many times when I was at security service, and he pulled out a knife and he wounded 6 people. No one died, to the best of my knowledge. And he was the police were there. They showed up and they shot him dead. It turns out he was an ISIS supporter.
Interesting.
This is where it gets really interesting. So the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, NZSIS, equivalent of kind of the FBI, kind of CSIS in my country, had put this guy on a list back in 2016. He was Sri Lankan. He got to New Zealand, I believe, in 2010. Sri Lankan Muslim, who because of again what Sri Lankan Buddhists of all people were doing against Sri Lankan Muslims. And I got a whole chapter on Buddhist terrorism, which should be an oxymoron, but it's not. In Sri Lanka, he radicalized to violence, became an ISIS supporter. The security service had him on their radar, had him under surveillance, kind of thing. Learned that he was planning an act of terrorism. And here's where it gets really, really stupid. The court in New Zealand ruled that planning an act of terrorism was not enough to lay a charge. So this guy was free, under surveillance by the security service. But I can tell you, having worked with surveillance for many years, you can't surveil someone indefinitely.
It's
just
sure.
impossible.
So just on a clarification on that, and I'm so curious, I'll have to read it later. I wonder what did they mean when they say he was planning a terrorist attack? Because there needs to be it's like means motive. Like was he actually like, I am going to go here and kill these people, or was he just like, I really want to kill people at a mall, and he just said
I don't know that yet, and that's a really good question that you ask, because you're absolutely right.
Because on one end, I could see that being very reasonable, because a lot of people, I've said things online where I'm going to go blow up this airport not like that anymore, but but it could have been also really hardcore on the other end, where it's like, what the fuck, how did you guys not cuff this dude sooner or something?
And that's what we don't know. I don't know what the intel was saying. Because New Zealand's really careful about disclosing stuff, and in fact, this guy's name wasn't even disclosed for 48 hours because of privacy laws in New Zealand. So I don't know how serious it was, but it was serious enough that the security service was following him constantly, which meant that they thought he had means and motive.
2.5 years after the Christchurch massacre, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern once again addressing the nation about terrorism.
What happened today was despicable. It was hateful. It was wrong. It was carried out by an individual, not a faith, not a culture, not an ethnicity.
Now to other news, and in just 60 horrifying seconds, a terrorist has stabbed 6 people at a New Zealand supermarket before being shot dead by police. The suspect had been under constant surveillance, described as an ISIS-inspired lone wolf.